Well, another side effect of the pandemic is a shortage of critical donations like blood and bone marrow. According to Be The Match, more than 140 people die every day from a blood-borne cancer, and there are more than 11 million people across the world ready to donate. However, a family in Killeen knows finding a match for someone of color is not easy. Our Olivia Laveda explains.
This is MJ. He was diagnosed with leukemia earlier this year. His mom is doing everything she can to help him find a life-saving bone marrow donor, even though statistically the odds seem to be against him. Meet MJ Dixon. He's 9 years old, loves to play video games, and enjoys eating popcorn. But lately, he's spent a lot of time in the hospital, which hasn't been as fun.
Because I have cancer and I have leukemia.
Leukemia impacts the blood and bone marrow. MJ's mom, Chandra, stands in the kitchen preparing his medication.
He takes a total of 9 pills. I'm not a nurse. And giving my son a shot with this needle makes me cry.
Chandra says MJ will need a life-saving bone marrow transplant. The single mom of 3 quickly learned patients are most likely to match a donor with their same ethnicity.
We're people that don't donate. It's harder to find one for my son because he's a black child.
If you're a minority, you have less than a 50% chance of finding a match at this point.
That's Cameron Harvey, account manager for Be The Match. He says you can easily sign up to be a donor for someone like MJ through your phone. Answer questions about your medical history, and if you're fit, they'll ask you to swab your cheeks so the team can assess your genetic makeup. The need for black bone marrow donors is high, but awareness is often low. For years, organizations didn't commit enough resources to black communities to build trust and register them as donors. But now organizations like Be The Match hope that will change with increased awareness.
So only 30% of the time you're going to be able to find a match within your family, and so that's another reason why it's so incredibly important to get more people on the registry.
And if you're a match, he says there are 2 ways to donate. The most common way you can do at one of the many collection sites across the country.
A donor is essentially set up, there's 2 lines. There's a machine that's extracting your blood cells, and in that process, they're extracting the stem cells that your blood cells carry. They're putting them in a bag, and then they're replenishing your body with the blood cells that they were extracting.
Chandra is working with Be The Match to organize a donation drive to get people registered and allow them to swab their cheeks on the spot.
And if you don't save my son's life, you can save another kid's life.
A family praying their story makes a difference not only for them, but also for others.
All right, to learn more about the disparity in donations for minority communities, we want to talk to an expert. So let's bring in Jennifer Milton. She is the Chief Administrative Officer at the University Transplant Center at UT Health in San Antonio. Thank you for being with us, Jennifer. And first off, I'm curious about how we got into this situation. What causes this disparity to exist in the first place?
Awareness causes this disparity, and that's a nice thing to understand, because stories like this, the Dixon family, MJ sharing this story, will help us raise awareness. What we know is that the Gallup poll, most recently conducted in America, determined survey attitudes about being a donor, revealed that 95% of American citizens support and would want to be a donor. So what we need to do is raise awareness and create those opportunities to actually register, and in the case of bone marrow donation, be swabbed and tested and get onto the bone marrow registry. So we need to bring those opportunities to who we already know 95% of the public is very supportive.
Oh, and we're glad to see that that support exists. Let's talk about turning that into results. What do you think can be done to improve the rate at which minority communities are able to donate?
A lot is being done. So we have a tremendous number of nonprofit organizations, both nationally and throughout Texas, working to raise awareness, spread the word, and reach into communities, multicultural communities, in different and unique types of opportunities. So for organ, tissue, and eye donation, we have registerme.org. You can register your wishes to be an organ donor now. When you're signing up on your health app on your iPhone. We're also looking for opportunities in mechanisms like when you register for MyChart and you're signing up so you can access your health records, that might be a natural place to have the opportunity, because all of us are familiar with DMVs when you renew your license is the primary point of access in the United States. So we're looking to create more opportunities where particularly we can reach young people and people of multi-ethnic heritage. For bone marrow donation, what Dixon's family is doing is so impactful, and that is just using a story to share the news and dispel those myths, because as you shared in this story, bone marrow donation to be registered to maybe find a match is just a swab of your cheek, and most bone marrow donors really are pheresis donors, which is just a blood collection that's done very comfortably over only about 1 or 2 hours.
All right, well, you gave us some very good examples there, and we're always looking for what the best resources are where people can go to sign up to be a donor, and I believe you gave us a few of those. What do you think is the most important thing to take away as far as being able to help?
Well, your amazing story, I hope your viewers will share it. I hope you'll add a tagline, and that tagline is a critical call to action. So for that, it's registerme.org to register your wishes to be an organ, tissue, and eye donor. And for information on bone marrow donation, certainly the campaign that MJ's family has started, or reaching out to the Be the Match program, which were interviewed as well. Those are your 2 primary portals of entry, but share, 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 get the word out. It's easy to register to save lives.
We do appreciate them sharing their story with us, and we appreciate you sharing your time with us. Thank you very much.